Hello and welcome to the fifth and penultimate edition of Peel's Pleasures, featuring more golden oldies from the BBC archives, one or two sparklers from my record collection, small but perfectly formed like myself, and a session David Bowie recorded for Top Gear back in 1972. But I don't think we should take a step further without hearing from Sagebrush Phil and the Wild Dogs of Kentucky.
I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. It won't be much if you get through with me. Well, I'm a losing weight and looking mighty pale, and it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. Well, I thought the day I met you were meek as a lamb, just the kind to fill my dreams and plans. Now the vision living takes on the wing from myself, and it looks like I got Tiger by the tail. Everybody now, I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. Well, I'm losing light and looking mighty pale, and it looks like I got Tiger by the tail. Solo time. I got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. Well, I'm losing weight and looking mighty pale, and it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. That's it.
Thank you very much, Phil. Or can I call you Sagebrush? Sagebrush Phil and the Wild Dogs of Kentucky, and I've got a tiger by the tail. And I've been joined in the studio by Brian, who's the secretary to this programme, and to Walter's Weekly, which returns in a fortnight, and also to the programmes which I do on Radio 1 in the evenings as well. Hello, Brian.
Hello, John.
Well, that's enough of that. This is David Bowie from 1972.
Oh, Henry, leave me alone. I said, hey, man. Oh, Henry, get off the phone. I said, hey, man. I've got a straight in my face. The smell of my jacket just put my spine out of place. I said, hey, man. Oh, my school is insane. Hey, man. My work's down the
Good evening. That slightly sinking feeling, I think, is rather an understatement. I'm standing in the grand hall of the Ideal Home exhibition. It closed at 9:30. That was the real time. And as soon as the national anthem closed down, the most incredible scene happened. Everybody began to dash around carrying things. Near me, it's like a sort of forest garden. Everybody seems to be carrying pots of flowers. I don't know what's going on down there. There's some sort of crowd. I think, yes, you see, the most peculiar things happening. A man standing on one of these stands and just handing down pots of flowers to everybody. It's been a most successful exhibition. I think over 1 million people have been here this year. But one of the most awful things, I think, is the fact that all these lovely bathrooms and kitchens that one sees everywhere, all going to be just spoiled. I think that... I'm sorry. I'm standing outside one of the nurseries here, where I don't know how many people, it's the most extraordinary number of people are passing backwards and forwards all the time. But I can't think... I can't anymore. I have to stop. We're now going back to the studio.
Graveyard I have been. Hey buddy, I have seen. From the shop alone I had dreamed that buddy was me. And the music in my ear knows life be full of fear. Got music in my ear, clear notes coming near. Twisted faces I seem to appear. How's life be full of fear? All at once I stepped out of a dream. But a body that was me. Twisted faces I seem to appear. How's life be full of fear? once I stepped out of a dream. But a body that was me. In a graveyard I have been. A body I have seen. From the sharp moon I had dreamed that body was me.
At the end of the 1960s and the beginning of the 1970s, my wife, the pig, and I used to live in London and had a flat, and we used to seem to have a succession of different bands living with us and at our expense. And the extraordinary thing was that after about a week, they used to get really ratty and start complaining. This quiche is ice cold, or when are you going to do the laundry then? And we hated almost all of them, except for the Forest. I don't know where the Forest are now, but they lived with us for a long time, and that last record was by the Forest from an LP called The Full Circle, which was issued on Harvest, one of two LPs issued by the Forest. And before that, the Anne Nightingale of the 1940s, and before that, David Bowie from a session from 1972 with Suffragette City. The Savoy Bearcats. From 1926, the Savoy Bearcats, and that's called Senegalese Stomp. And the reason I chose that track was because when I was a lad, there was a considerable Senegalese community in Liverpool. I expect there still is. And mentioning Liverpool will bring us shortly to football. But first, Lee and Junior.
Just keep. Blood feed the Babylon. Fire feed the Vatican. Fire. You gotta move around the alley. You gotta see politically. Blood, lightning, and earthquake and thunder. There ain't got no water. Desert so dry. Move up my fish and jack is so high. Skip up, skip up. Fire for the Babylon. Fire for the blood for the Babylon. Fire for the Vatican. Fire! Hotter flames. Blood and lightning and earthquake in desolate places. There ain't got no water. Fire! Judge! Jah Almighty Every raiders I would tell you. Lord feed the Babylon. Move around the fire in a Vatican. Lord feed the Babylon. Lightning and earthquake and thunder. Kill them dead before them spread, Jah. Kill them dead. You can keep on barking what you're barking. I'm gonna tell you a musical lesson, and that's for sure. You should do your own thing as I would tell. Hey, you little brother Tony up the road. I'm gonna clip your wing. I'm gonna Judge Rastafari. For God bless no one curse. Hey, little Tony down the road, I'm gonna whip you, gonna take away your queen, I'm gonna take away your sin. Hey, Jade in a Vatican. Kill them dead job before them straight. Prince Tony are a phony. I'm gonna ride you like a pony. I'm gonna make the crowd see just how stupid you are. You should do your own thing. That's the only way you're gonna win. Skip love the light, got your Rastafari. Stop wearing bell pants and a whole lot of soul comb in your hair. You're just a soul fight. I ain't got nothing living for. Whole lot of hypocrisy.
Billy, how long were you with Liverpool altogether?
It was 23 years.
Can you look back now and remember your first day with the club?
I can remember that very well because I travelled down by train with Willie Fagan, the former Scottish international, played for Liverpool at that time. He brought me down, and I always remember coming into Liverpool, being taken to my digs that night, and then going for a trip across to New Brighton on the boat and meeting some of the famous names of the Liverpool team at that time. Barry Newman-Hayes, Jimmy McInnes, the late secretary of the club, and quite a few others.
And what about this job which you started?
Before I left Scotland, we asked Liverpool to make sure that I had a job in an accountant's office, and this Liverpool did. And all the time I played football for Liverpool, I also worked in an accountant's office.
You were known, in fact, still are known as the idol of Merseyside. Now, why is this when you played in an era with such famous names as Fagan and Matt Busby and Neuenhuis?
Well, I think from the point of view of the older people, I think they must have liked my style of play, the way that I tried to do everything, and I think the way I always had a go at goals. I think that's what the crowds like. I enjoyed every minute that I was connected with football. I used to enjoy my training twice a week. I think it was wonderful getting out in the fresh air. That's one of the things that I do miss now, is training in midweek. But I also enjoyed every game that I played in. And every game I played in, I always tried to win it and try to do my best.
Billy, did you make any money out of the game at all?
Well, I was very fortunate again here that the Liverpool club treated me very well all the time I was with them, and I was given a testimonial game 5 years or so ago, and I got almost £6,000 out of this testimonial game.
Well, how does the present-day Liverpool side compare with the old one?
Well, I think that on their performances over the past 2 or 3 years, this Liverpool side must rank as the greatest side Liverpool have had.
Better than the teams in which you played in your 20-odd years?
Well, I think the record speaks for itself.
Do you still go back to Anfield to see this present Liverpool side regularly?
Oh, yes. I have a couple of season tickets that the club have given to me, and we watch the games whenever we can. If I'm not on other jobs, I'm connected with the Liverpool Boys Association as chairman of their football league, and sometimes I go to watch the boys playing.
Billy, what would you say was the highlight of your illustrious career?
I think one of the proudest moments I have was at the time when I wasn't doing so well, when I was dropped from the team, and I came back into the team round about Easter, and the crowd that day was increased almost double-fold. Previously, they'd been getting 20,000. I think there was over 40,000 people at the match. And to me, that was a great thrill, the fact that I was able to score a couple of goals that day, and the crowd were behind me. And I thought that was the highlight, one of the greatest games I can remember.
And I was there as well, with my mate Edgy, having ridden up on a motorcycle from Anglesey, where I was stationed with the Royal Artillery. Never knew what became of Edgy. If he's listened to the programme, it'd be very nice to hear from him. That was Billy Liddell, who, as he said, played for Liverpool for 23 years and was my boyhood idol, and that was recorded back in 1965. I once collected Billy Liddell's autograph too, show you how long ago it was. It was on a copy of the Reynolds News, if you can remember that. And when I went to the European Cup final in Paris this year, it was there in my breast pocket. Before that, Lee Perry and Junior and Dredder Locks, and now before I start going on about football at an even greater length, David Bowie.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama papa calling for you. I'm the space invader. I'll be your rock and rollin' bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're squawking like a big monkey bird.
That's given me 5 minutes to compose myself again. David Bowie and Moonage Daydream. And on the session, Mick Ronson on lead guitar, Trevor Boulder on bass guitar, Woody Woodmansey on drums, and Nick Graham on piano. And as I say, recorded in 1972. The acoustic guitar, not a very voguish instrument at the moment, but for me there's always been one player who murdered all of the others. That was John Fahey. Great stuff. That's The Last Steam Engine Train by John Fahey from an LP on his own Takoma record label called Dance of Death and Other Plantation Favourites. His LPs always have good titles. And now we're only a jingle away from the greatest footballer I've ever seen.
It's National Radio 1.
Hi, my name's Kenny Dalglish. For the next couple of hours, I will be playing some of my favourite records. Hopefully, there will be some in there which you will enjoy yourself.
It's Saturday. Just tell me who you've come along to see. There's Kenny Dalglish and Sandy Jardine.
You know our clubs make football history, and we play for all of you to see.
You know it's Saturday and Wednesdays too. They're out on the park, they're playing for you.
Sometimes we win and sometimes we lose, but whatever the score, we need you.
Each Saturday,
You know your life would not be the same if you couldn't get along to the game.
you know they've only one claim to fame, and that's playing at your football game. Each Saturday, who's the guy with the red curly hair?
They call him Sandy, Sandy Jardine.
And who's the blonde that plays with such flair?
Kenny Dalglish, Kenny Dalglish. You know your life would not be the same if you couldn't get along to the game. You know we've only one claim to fame.
And that's playing at your football, playing at your football, playing at your football game.
Hey, what team do you play for anyway?
What do you mean, what team do I play for? You know who I play for? I play for Celtic. Who do you play for?
The champions.
The champions? You've only got it in red. 1 out of 10.
Ah, we've got another 9 to go.
I will see.
I will see.
I will see.
Right.
Well, enough said. This was a double A side. Unfortunately, it was only because Both tracks were so bad, they couldn't decide which one was the worst.
Still sounds outstandingly good, that, I think. David Bowie from 1972 and Lou Reed's White Light, White Heat. Amongst the records in my collection, some of my favourites are those which are intended as opportunist tributes, in inverted commas, to other and more successful combos. For example, this from the Rollettes.
We love you, rollers. We love you, rollers. We love you, rollers. We love you, rollers. Woody, Eric, Alan, Leslie, and Terry. We love you, rollers. Rollers, we love you.
If you've ever been up to Scotland, then you gotta know who's the best band. There are 5 young boys and they make good noise. Yes, the Rollers is the name of the band. Remember summer love sensation, rolling right across the nation. There was shang-a-lang too. All of me loves all of you. On a Saturday night we'd all sing. And Eric is the one for romancing. Woody says, I love you. Alan, we love you too. And while Eric plays the drums, we'll all sing.
I don't like the sooty type of coal. I like the black, shiny, hard coal, crispy. It's more crispy. It's got more of a crispy flavour to it, you know.
Didn't the thought shake you when the idea first came into your head?
No, I just accepted it as if I'd fancied a cream cake. I did ask the doctor after I'd been eating it for a few weeks. He laughed at first. I think he thought I was joking, you know. So I just said to him, by the way, doctor, I eat coal. He said, you do what? I said, I eat coal. So he said, oh, really? You know, looked at me, so I said, yes. He said, and do you enjoy it? I said, yes. I said, well, the only thing that's worrying me, I said, is I enjoy it, but will it hurt the child? Anyway, he said, not in moderation. I get a lump about that big, and I break it up and put it on a plate, and as the fancy takes me, I always keep it, you know, near too. I just pop a piece into my mouth. It's just a flavour all on its own.
Did your friends believe you when you told them you were eating coal?
No, didn't help. Not at first. They said, rubbish. Well, those words. More or less, and I said, I do, I love it. You know, have you got any nice black, this is exactly the type of coal I like. You know, this black shiny stuff. I've got 3 or 4 friends to draw on coal, you know, and I send round and ask them for it, and they know just what sort of coal to send round to me.
What do your husband think of it?
I try and avoid eating it in front of him, you know. I have eaten it, like, and he doesn't get bad tempered or anything like that, you know, but you can imagine if he's sat watching a film and I'm sat there crunching on this, it's worse than being in the pictures with somebody behind eating crisps, as you'd imagine. So now and again, if I really fancy a big piece, because sometimes I can pop a big piece and just suck it for a while, and I'll take it out and break it up and then crunch it.
Have you tried Coke?
No.
That's very gritty, though.
Yes, I know, because I know. I can't stand the sound of Coke being shoveled up, so I can't imagine putting that into my mouth. I just love coal.
So have you got a piece now?
I've got a piece of coal, yeah.
Could I share a piece with you and see what it tastes like?
Do you really want to try a piece? Yeah, just a sec. What's your teeth? You've got to have strong teeth.
Very gritty, isn't it?
Like nuts. Well, no, like, can you describe it? No.
It's like breaking up hard sugar lumps.
Yes. Except it's got a more... I really enjoy it, you know. No flavour to you? No.
It's mighty crazy. It's mighty crazy. It's mighty crazy. But does it keep on rubbing at the same old thing? You know it's crazy. It's mighty crazy. It's mighty crazy. Does it keep on rubbing at the same old thing? You know, I met a little girl, all shocked out in blue. She saw me rubbing and she started rubbing too. It's mighty crazy. I'm mighty crazy. It's mighty crazy. Does it keep My little woman so loving, I think her loving awful fine. I go crazy about the way she got a rubbing, cause every now and then it run across my mind. It's mighty crazy. I'm mighty crazy. I'm mighty crazy. You got to keep on the rubbing at the same old thing. Well, let's rub. Same old thing. You know, I had on some old dirty clothes, standing by a tub. She pulled me down in it, man, and she began to rub. It's mighty crazy. I'm mighty crazy. I'm mighty crazy. You got to keep on rubbing at the same old thing. It's mighty crazy. I'm mighty crazy.
It's Mighty Crazy, the title of it, and that was Lightning Slim. Before that, Lynn Platt, Eating Coal. Have you tried coke, indeed? And in 1971. And before that, the Rollettes and We Love You Rollers. What a little gem. David Bowie and the Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust.
Guitar, jamming good with Weird and Giddy and the Spiders from Mars. Well, he played a left hand, but made it too far. Became the special man, then we were Ziggy's band. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo, like some cat from Japan. Or he could kill them by smiling, he could leave them to hang. Who came on so loaded, man, well hung in snow white tan. So where were the spiders? While the fly tried to break our bones, just the beer like to guide us. So we bitched about his fans and shoot with grudges we had. Now Ziggy played for time, jiving us that we were voodoo. All the kids was just crass. He was the Naz with God-given ass. But he took it all too far. But boy, could he play guitar. Making love with his ego, Ziggy sucked up into
The great advantage, of course, of fictional rock characters is that 5 years on they don't get back together again and do new tours and record new LPs. That's David Bowie and the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust. Ziggy played guitar and Idi played accordion.
I just play when I feel happy and free after my duty, and I have a time. Sometimes I take time to play accordion just to refresh myself.
For my country, Nalilia Mutoto, Kompata, Kunamambo, Nalilia Mutoto, Kompata, Kunamambo.
The uniquely unfunny Idi Amin playing the accordion and presumably doing a spot of crooning as well. Now for the last from David Bowie from that session from 1972, which was recorded originally for the Top Gear programme, which I used to introduce at that time, said he proudly. This was Hang On To Yourself.
Oh, she's a tongue-twisting storm, comes to the show tonight, playing to the light machine. She wants my honey, not my money, she's a fucking dark electron laying on the electric tree. Come on, oh, come on, you really got a good thing, yeah, well, come on, oh, come on, if you think we're gonna make it, you better hang on to yourself. Oh, we don't dance or talk much, we just ball and play, then we move around like tigers on Vaseline. You know the bitter comes out better on a stolen guitar. You're the blessed with the spiders from Mars. But come on, but come on, you really got a good thing going. Come on, but come on, if you think we're gonna make it, you better hang on to yourself. Come on.
David Bowie and Hang On To Yourself, and it's worth pointing out that the session was produced by Pete Ritzema, the very self-same Pete Ritzema who produces the Rock On programme, which follows this, introduced this week by Richard Skinner. I should have dedicated this programme to my youngest son, Thomas James Dalglish Ravenscroft. Dalglish, of course, after the famous footballer you heard briefly earlier in the programme. And also Thomas Ravenscroft was the writer of a number of hymns. In fact, when I was at school, many of the hymn tunes that we used to sing were written by Thomas Ravenscroft in 1621, and my brother Frank and I used to wonder whether there were 300 plus years of royalties accruing to us somewhere. We've never found them, if there are. This is something by Thomas Ravenscroft as well, and it's called, appropriately enough, Trudge Away Quickly.
Trudge away quickly and fill the black hole, keep voting as long as we bide. Now welcome, good fellows, both strangers and all. Let madness and mirth set sadness aside. All reckonings I love will chill with honest folks in company. And when he comes, my heart to bear, for still methinks one to these dry, for still methinks one to these dry. Trudge away quickly and fill the black hole, keep happy as long as we bide. Now welcome, good fellows, both strangers and all. Let madness and mirth set sadness aside. Now is the last time for a king, if one be seen in feast or need. But I love well his heart to ring, for still methinks one to these dry, for still methinks one to these dry. Trudge away quickly and fill the black hole, keep rocking as long as we bide. Now welcome, good fellows, both strangers and all. Let madness and mirth set sadness aside. Masters, this is all my desire. I would not reach and pass us by. Let us now sing and get afar. For still methinks one to these dry, for still methinks one to these dry. Trudge away quickly and fill the black hole, keep happy as long as we bide. Now welcome, good fellows, both strangers and all. Let madness and mirth set sadness aside. Mr. Butler, give us a taste of your best drink so gently. A jug of twain and make no waste. For still methinks one to these dry, for still methinks one to these dry. Trudge away quickly and fill the black hole, keep happy as long as we bide. Now welcome, good fellows, both strangers and all. Let madness and mirth set sadness aside. Mr. Butler, of this take part, ye love to drink as well as I, and drink to me with all your heart. For still methinks one to these dry, for still methinks one to these dry. Trudge away quickly and fill the black hole, keep happy as long as we bide. Now welcome, good fellows, both strangers and all. Let madness and mirth set sadness aside.
Well, Mike Reed's always playing his stuff on the radio, so I suppose it's all right for me to play things by my ancestors. That was written by Thomas Ravenscroft back in one of the very early 1600s, and it's called Trudge Away Quickly, a part song for 4 voices, performed by Pro Cantione Antiqua. I assume that's how it's pronounced, a bit Radio 3 there, from an LP, Cakes and Ale. And that's the end of the 5th of Peel's Pleasures, and I hope you'll join me at the same time next week, and that you'll be able to listen to my programme on Monday night at 10 o'clock. So until then, goodbye.
My dreams of love, I want all the stuff and see with you. Even if it don't be the paddle in my own canoe. Oh, sincerely, I loved him dearly. I follow you, darling, to earnest shores. You dreamboat, you love about dreamboat, and say that you'll be mine.